Hello, welcome to my playthrough of the Chant, or at least the first hour and a half or so. So this is the opening cutscene, probably the best part of the game. Up until about here, where you take control, everything from this point forward goes downhill. So we're running away from some cultists. We have to press E a bunch at every obstacle to open a door, climb over a log, that type of thing. Eventually we come upon this cliff and jump to our death, I assume. We cut to present day. This is me. I see a dead body. I have a flashback. I call somebody, and then I end up on this island. So this is where that opening cutscene took place. In the bottom left there, you can see that's an RTA timer. So that's in real time. So this is 6 minutes into the game. All we've done so far is do like a run, you know, auto walking simulator type thing. And then this is more of that. So they talk a little bit about background, not too much though. You run up, put more ease to get over, open doors, climb logs. Then we have to mail a letter to our future self. So she waits here for us, and we have to walk around this corner. Insert the letter, and bees! We get attacked by bees or flies or something. Apparently I have a panic attack. She teaches me how to meditate. And then we move on. More walking simulator. We finally come upon the village. She stopped to show me how to pick up a plant there. Well, before we get to the village, we have to do another little walk off to the side, pick up this thing, and come back. That's a lot of the exploration of the game is, oh, there's this other way, walk down it, something's at the end of it. Combat in this game is horrible. So we're fighting the bees or the flies or whatever it is with a stick of sage, and it just doesn't feel good. It's kind of clunky. The hits aren't very satisfying. It's really hard to dodge the enemies, actually. They become like invulnerable. So it's not very fun. So now we're at the village. We get introduced to everybody. At this point, we're 17 minutes into the game and nothing fun has happened so far. Now we're told we have to go meet everybody, which is, again, lame. We get a quest to go pick up ingredients. She tells us exactly where to go, but there is nothing on, like, there's no map or, like, quest markers or anything, so it still takes a little bit to find it. Once you get there, you just pick up the plants that she wants. Push E to get through some logs or under some logs. You have to smack the stupid flies again. And then you go back and tell her that you collected the stuff. Kind of classic quest stuff, but just really boring. You can see we're 20 minutes in the game now and still nothing fun has happened, unfortunately. So this game was pretty exciting. The trailer made it look really good. They're really good at the hype. I was really excited for it when it came out, and I wanted to play it, so I recorded about an hour and a half, and I didn't want to just throw the footage away, so I thought I'd put something up here because I kind of felt bad. It feels bad to play a game and record a game of me, so I cut out all my audio and my video and everything. I was on there though. I was doing a regular playthrough, but I just couldn't post it in good faith just because of, I don't know, it wasn't very good because it was kind of boring, but I wanted people to kind of get a sense for the game anyway if they're searching for it, because there's not a lot of reviews out there right now. So this is Sunny we meet. He's pretty much a freak. He wants to monetize the whole island. He wants to turn in some sort of retreat. Some of these letters are sort of interesting. This is Sunny's like questionnaire, basically saying that he used to do drugs and he likes to party, and that's kind of it. So I was struggling with where to go here because it told me to meet everybody was my last objective, and now I don't have objectives, if you can see up in the top left, but I was given that video, so I guess I went back to watch the video. So the video is talking about prismic science and opening your third eye, and that's kind of not the genesis, but the whole idea behind this game is these people actually open their mind's third eye and come across some sort of spiritual enemies or third realm or alternate reality type thing. I'm not really sure, I guess. I didn't pay all that much attention just because of how bored I got. So now we're half an hour in. We're still just walking around, talking to people. You know, normally story building is good, but in this case, it just wasn't very interesting. So now we start the first ceremony, right? So this is Tyler. He's kind of the leader of the island. He wants us to start chanting. So something was in the tea or something. My friend freaks out, starts yelling at me. I start seeing shit. I pass out. And now I just have to figure out what happens. So just find Kim. So this door's open. So I was like, okay, it's probably this way. But then when you open that, it's just a long pathway. So I was like, well, there's got to be something else in the town. Maybe she's in the town or maybe she's somewhere else. It just wasn't very clear where to go. So I walked around the whole town again, trying to figure out where she could be or if there's something else I should be exploring. This game does not really reward exploration. I found Hannah just sitting there. I couldn't interact with her at all. Kind of weird. It told me that was the wrong way. So I was like, okay, I guess I do go this way and just keep going. Which then finally triggered some voice lines, so I knew I was going the correct way. A lot of dumb quests like that generator. I couldn't go in there until I hit E on the generator. Like, what's the point? Just let me go in. So we get more flies that I have to run away from and evade. It tells me I could have more panic attacks. I'm in what's called the Gloom right now. So this is part of that third eye thing. It's just kind of like it seems like a hallucinogenic state, but I'm not sure what it is. Here we find Tyler again. He's whining, says that my friend Kim tried to kill her, so he's just gonna hang out and wait for me to go fix everything for him. So this paper tells me how to do some sort of ritual to fix Kim. I'm looking to see if I can upgrade anything, which I can't. I don't think I've gained any experience at this point yet, and as you can see, I'm 48 minutes into the game. So this is kind of where the game begins to start. I get some bestiary information so I know what kind of enemies are upcoming. Reading through some more texts that are frankly not super helpful. And here's the first thing we have to attack. So I have to craft some sage. The combat in this game is you have a regular hit and a strong attack. Quick attack and a strong attack. And that's all you do. So you just left click, left click, left click, left click, or you can hold down left click and you do a strong attack. But the enemies kind of very much telegraph their moves, but some of their moves you just can't dodge, it seems like. Again, the combat is just not very inspired. Your hits don't do a lot of damage. It takes several hits to do something and there's not really a lot of effects that happen. They hardly get knocked back or anything, so it's just kind of wait for them to attack, dodge, smack them twice, wait for them to attack, dodge, smack them twice. And granted, this is still the early stages. As you can see, I'm almost an hour into the game. But an hour into the game is when we have our first kind of encounter with one of the actual enemies. So they're stuck in this little area. You have to go in here. And you can't just like attack. You have to really wait for them to attack and then attack. I ran out of sage. I ran out of plants, so I couldn't actually kill them, which was kind of interesting. So I'm looking through my inventory, trying to find if I can get any more sage, because that's the only way to do damage. I could not find any, so I just snuck by and grabbed this puzzle piece. So you need these puzzle pieces or these iron pieces to get through doors. So again, it's just kind of wandering off to whatever is this. There's only like 2 paths open, so you have to pick the other path and go find your item. So here I couldn't find anywhere else to go, so I went back to talk to Tyler. He just told me that he was smoking a doobie and he was no help to me. So I went back and decided there must be something I missed, and yep, there was a key just around the corner. So that just opens up this very linear path. Talks a little bit about some lore of some of the enemies. You get a little jump scare from this guy, and then he just goes away, so you don't have to worry about him anymore. So at this point, I'm already kind of deciding that I don't really want to continue, but at the same time, I had sunk an hour into the game, so I was like, I'll continue trying. I get into my first kind of big battle. There's a large wallflower and then these 2 floating ones, and they just wrecked me right away. So I did decide to quit, and I was like, I'm just going to quit. But the next day, I was like, I'll try it one more time. So I came in, and instead of just trying to go aggressive like I normally do, I was like, okay, I'll just play defense pretty much. So I'm waiting for them to attack. Okay, I lied. The first time I just tried to go ham, and it doesn't work. So you have to wait for them to attack and then dodge backwards. So you can see I'm moving a lot more backward, and then you go in for the hit, and then you have to dodge back again, and then you go in for the hit, and you dodge back. It's just all pattern stuff, which to me is pretty boring when the patterns are so static. So we finally catch up to Kim, who's a psycho, and we just have to beat her into these candles. So we just have to, again, dodge back when she attacks, and then left click, left click, left click until we get her into these candles. We put her face out. We put the candles out on her face, actually. Tyler comes in, says I'm a psycho, that I did this to her, even though she was attacking me. So they're all mad at me. I'm the bad guy, apparently. They don't really understand. Tyler's a psycho. He doesn't really understand. There's no hospitals or anything on the island, so even though I beat the shit out of Kim, we can't really do anything with her, so I get her crystals. So these crystals apparently harness some sort of power. So Sunny just realized this, so now we have to go talk to Sunny. And Sunny has gone insane, so he's all sweaty, he's all weird. Honestly, the graphics here looked at their best. Just an FYI, these settings are all on at least high, and as you can tell, the game doesn't look great. This is rendered in a pretty high bitrate too, so it's not because of just YouTube loss quality, it's just the game just doesn't look great in my opinion, unfortunately. The animations are also really clunky. But now we just go on this quest to find Sunny, so Sunny ran away and we're chasing him. And again, it's just very linear. There's small little sections where you can go off, and usually at the end of them you pick something up that's not very helpful. But then you go back to the main path and you just keep moving on. So getting more lore about some of the enemies, but from this point on it doesn't really matter. This is kind of, you know, I was pretty bored at this point. I didn't really want to continue, but I really wanted to put out a video, and yeah, I kept going, so I'm gonna end up quitting here pretty soon. So that's kind of all I have for you. This kind of gives you an idea of the first hour and a half of gameplay of this video and what it looks like. You do get another weapon here, but it's the same exact stuff. You just dodge away and hit him with this fire stick. It doesn't seem to even do more damage or anything, so you do get separate powers, but this guy killed me. His attack when he glows is undodgeable, and that was kind of all. So this is where I decided to quit, and I uninstalled the game. So that's really all I have for you guys today. I appreciate you watching, and hopefully this helped you on making a decision on if you wanted to purchase the Chant. Again, a lot of these indie games, or I don't know if this is considered indie, but they're really good at building hype, but they're not really good at delivering. So make sure to always read reviews before buying games these days. Again, thanks for watching, and leave a like or subscribe or anything if you did watch this far, if you did enjoy this content, or if this did help you in any way. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.